Ladies and gentlemen, there's a story told in the wind, a truth as old as time itself. Success is not built in a day, but day by day, brick by brick, step by step. Now know that in a world of instant gratification, we often wish success would just fall into our laps. But true success, the kind that stands the test of time, doesn't work that way. It is forged in the fires of persistence, patience, and daily effort. Motivation is a fleeting thing. It's like a spark, bright and exciting, but it doesn't last. One day you wake up feeling unstoppable, ready to take on the world. The next, you struggle just to get out of bed. If you rely on motivation alone, you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of highs and lows, waiting for that perfect moment to feel inspired again. But discipline, that's different. Discipline is the steady flame that keeps burning, even when motivation has long faded. It's the ability to show up, to do the work, to stay committed even when you don't feel like it. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Successful people don't wake up every morning bursting with motivation. No, they wake up with a sense of purpose, a commitment to their goals, and a habit of taking action regardless of how they feel. They understand that progress is built not on occasional bursts of energy, but on consistent effort over time. When you choose discipline, you take control. You train yourself to push through resistance, to keep going when things get tough, and to focus on the process rather than just the results. You don't wait for inspiration to strike. You create it through action. And the more disciplined you become, the less you have to rely on motivation at all. So on the days when you don't feel like putting in the effort, remember this: your feelings are temporary, but your actions determine your future. Choose to show up anyway, because every time you do, you strengthen the habits that will lead you to success. Success is not the result of one big breakthrough or a single defining moment. It is the result of small actions, repeated consistently over time. Habits are the invisible architects of our lives, shaping our days, our decisions, and ultimately, our destiny. The things we do every day without even thinking about them determine where we end up. Good habits set the foundation for success, while bad habits quietly pull us away from it. The challenge is that habits, whether helpful or harmful, don't seem to make much of a difference in the short term. Eating one healthy meal won't transform your body, just as one workout won't make you strong. But when you do it every day, when it becomes a routine, the results begin to compound. A small positive habit practiced daily has the power to change your life over time. The key is to focus on the little things, the small, seemingly insignificant choices that, when repeated consistently, create unstoppable momentum. If you write a single page every day, soon you'll have a book. If you dedicate just 10 minutes to learning a new skill each day, in a year, you'll be far ahead of where you started. Success is never about making one giant leap. It's about taking small, steady steps in the right direction. But just as good habits build us up, bad habits quietly break us down. The danger with bad habits is that their negative impact isn't immediately noticeable. Skipping a workout today won't make you unhealthy, but skip enough of them and you'll feel the difference. Spending a little too much time on distractions won't seem like a big deal at first, but over time, it adds up to wasted potential. This is why awareness is key, because every habit, no matter how small, is shaping your future in some way. The good news is that habits are within your control. You can create new ones, reshape old ones, and replace the ones that no longer serve you. The trick is to start small, be consistent, and trust the process. When something becomes second nature, when you no longer have to force yourself to do it, that's when you know you're on the right path. At the end of the day, we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our habits. And if you want to build success, you must first build the habits that will take you there. Failure is one of life's greatest teachers, yet so many people fear it, avoid it, and see it as a sign to stop. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of it. Every great achiever, every innovator, every legend has faced failure, not once, but many times. What separates them from everyone else is how they responded to it. Failure carries lessons that success never could. When things go right, we celebrate, but we don't always analyze why. When things go wrong, we are forced to stop, reflect, and learn. Every mistake holds a lesson. Every setback reveals a weakness that needs strengthening. And every disappointment tests our resilience. If you look at failure not as a dead end, but as a detour guiding you to something better, it changes everything. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history were born from failure. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school team. These people didn't let failure define them. Instead, they used it to refine themselves, to improve, to grow. They understood that failure was never final unless they quit. The problem is, most people take failure personally. They see it as a reflection of their worth, rather than as a temporary event. But failure is not who you are. It's simply a result of an attempt that didn't work. And that's all it is. An attempt. A single chapter in your story, not the whole book. The key to embracing failure is shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing it as a reason to stop, see it as feedback. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do differently next time? How can I use this experience to make me better? If you approach failure with curiosity instead of fear, you'll find that it stops being something to dread and starts being something to use. Success doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from moving through it, learning from it, and refusing to let it stop you. The only real failure is the failure to try again. So when life knocks you down, don't stay down. Stand up, dust yourself off, take the lesson, and keep going. Because every failure is simply a step forward in disguise. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, staying focused on the long game is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Too often, people chase quick wins, short-term pleasures, and immediate rewards, only to find themselves stuck in a cycle of starting and stopping, never truly making progress. But real success, lasting, meaningful success, does not happen overnight. It requires patience, perseverance, and the ability to see beyond today's struggles toward tomorrow's rewards. The journey to success is not a straight path. It is a winding road filled with challenges, detours, and unexpected obstacles. If you measure your progress only by how much you achieve in a single day, you will often feel discouraged. But if you look at the bigger picture, if you remind yourself that every small step forward is part of a much larger journey, you will find the strength to keep going even when results are not immediate. The greatest achievements in history were not built in days or weeks. The most successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and visionaries spent years perfecting their craft, refining their skills, and working toward goals that others couldn't see. They endured failures, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but they kept going because they understood something most people don't. The real rewards come to those who persist. One of the biggest mistakes people make is expecting too much too soon. They start something with excitement and enthusiasm, but when they don't see results right away, they lose motivation and quit. But success does not reward the impatient. It rewards those who are willing to plant the seeds, water them consistently, and wait for them to grow. You cannot rush greatness. Staying focused on the long game means resisting the temptation to compare your journey to others. Everyone moves at their own pace, and just because someone else seems to be ahead does not mean they will stay ahead. The only competition that truly matters is the one with yourself. Are you better than you were yesterday? If the answer is yes, then you are on the right path. Distractions will come. There will be moments when giving up seems easier than continuing, but in those moments, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Keep your eyes on your vision, trust the process, and commit to the long haul. Because in the end, success is not about who gets there the fastest. It's about who stays in the game long enough to see it through. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your success. Whether you realize it or not, the energy, attitudes, and beliefs of those closest to you shape the way you think and the way you move through life. If you are surrounded by people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to grow, you will naturally elevate. But if you keep company with those who drain your energy, discourage your ambitions, or hold you back, success will become much harder to reach. It is often said that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you spend your time with people who are ambitious, disciplined, and forward-thinking, you will start adopting those same qualities. If you surround yourself with people who are negative, unmotivated, or complacent, their mindset will rub off on you as well. This is why choosing your circle wisely is one of the most important decisions you can make. The right people will believe in you, even when you doubt yourself. They will challenge you to aim higher, to step out of your comfort zone, and to keep going when things get tough. They won't just tell you what you want to hear. They will tell you what you need to hear. They will hold you accountable, celebrate your wins, and remind you of your potential when you forget it yourself. On the other hand, the wrong people can be like anchors, weighing you down without you even realizing it. Some will discourage your dreams out of fear, insecurity, or jealousy. Others may not directly put you down, but their lack of ambition and drive will keep you operating at a lower level. If you are constantly surrounded by people who make excuses, avoid challenges, or settle for less, it becomes easy to adopt those same patterns. This does not mean you have to cut people off without reason, but it does mean you must be intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. Seek out mentors who have walked the path you want to walk. Build friendships with people who inspire and uplift you. Learn from those who are ahead of you, and support those who are growing alongside you. At the end of the day, success is not just about what you do. It's also about who you do it with. The right environment can help you grow faster, stay motivated longer, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. Choose your circle wisely, because the people around you will either push you toward greatness or pull you away from it. In a world where everyone is eager to announce their plans, share their goals, and seek validation for every step they take, there is immense power in working in silence. Too often, people spend more time talking about what they are going to do rather than actually doing it. They seek applause before they have even achieved anything, chasing recognition instead of results. But true success doesn't need to be announced. It reveals itself through action, through discipline, and through undeniable results. When you work in silence, you eliminate distractions. You are not seeking approval or worrying about what others think. You are focused solely on the work itself, putting in the hours, improving your skills, and building something meaningful. You are not wasting energy explaining your vision to people who may not understand it. You are proving your vision through execution. Every step forward, every lesson learned, and every small victory adds up until one day the results speak louder than any words ever could. There is also a psychological advantage to keeping your work private. When you share your goals too soon, your brain receives a small dose of satisfaction as if you have already accomplished something. This can create a false sense of progress, making you feel as if you are further along than you really are. But when you hold your ambitions close and let your actions do the talking, you stay hungry, disciplined, and fully committed to the process. Silence also shields you from unnecessary criticism and negativity. When you announce your plans prematurely, you open the door for doubt, skepticism, and unsolicited opinions. Not everyone will understand your vision, and not everyone will support your journey. Some may try to discourage you, not because they want to help you, but because they don't believe they could do it themselves. By keeping your work private, you protect your focus and allow yourself to grow without outside interference. The most successful people in the world do not spend their time broadcasting their every move. They spend their time mastering their craft, putting in the work and showing up consistently. When the time comes, their success speaks for itself. People take notice not because they talked about their plans, but because they followed through. So keep building, keep grinding. Let your results be the proof of your dedication, because when you truly succeed, you won't have to say a word. Your success will say everything for you. Growth is not a destination, it is a lifelong journey. The moment you stop growing, you stop progressing, and when you stop progressing, you start falling behind. Success is not just about reaching a goal. It is about constantly evolving, learning, and becoming better than you were yesterday. Those who achieve lasting success understand that complacency is the enemy. They never settle, never assume they have learned enough, and never allow themselves to remain stagnant. Life is always changing, and the world is always moving forward. New ideas emerge, industries evolve, and the skills that brought you success today may not be enough to keep you successful tomorrow. If you are not continuously improving, refining your skills, and expanding your knowledge, you risk becoming outdated. The most successful individuals are those who embrace lifelong learning, seek new challenges, and push themselves beyond their comfort zones. Growth comes from embracing discomfort. If you only do what is familiar and easy, you will never develop the resilience, creativity, or strength needed to reach higher levels of success. The best opportunities for growth often come from challenges, failures, and experiences that force you to adapt. Instead of fearing these moments, welcome them as chances to improve. Every obstacle carries a lesson, and every setback is an opportunity to come back stronger. Personal growth is not just about professional success. It also affects your mindset, relationships, and overall well-being. The more you grow as a person, the better equipped you are to handle life's ups and downs. Developing emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and a mindset of continuous improvement allows you to navigate challenges with clarity and confidence. One of the greatest dangers to success is the belief that you have made it. The moment you think you have learned everything you need to know, you stop being open to new ideas and opportunities. The most accomplished people in the world remain students. They read, they ask questions, they seek out mentors, and they surround themselves with people who challenge them to be better. They understand that no matter how much they have achieved, there is always more to learn. Growth requires intentional effort. It does not happen by accident. It requires setting new goals, seeking out knowledge, and pushing past limitations. It means embracing curiosity, being willing to change, and never becoming too comfortable. Success is not about reaching a final peak. It is about continuously climbing, no matter how high you've already gone. So never stop learning, never stop improving, never stop striving for more. Because the moment you stop growing, you stop living up to your full potential. And so, my friends, I leave you with this. Every day is an opportunity. Every action you take is either building your success or tearing it down. Choose wisely. Choose to build, because success is not luck, nor is it fate. It is the sum of your daily efforts. Now go. Step into your greatness.